For those of you who are wondering why I'm doing this recap in a Avalanche jersey, you can check out Giles and Goalie Podcast episode 140, where I lost a bet to Ben Remington. So I have to do the recap here tonight in my least favorite jersey. Yeah. Colorado 5, Minnesota 1. I'm at a loss. Much like many of you, Minnesota Wild got out to a good start in the hockey game. They could not beat Semyon Varlamov. I think the shots were like 11-2 or something. And you could just see it. What's the Wild couldn't score. They were getting good looks. Couldn't get it past Varlamov. And you just know how it ends in hockey. It's going to go the other way and somebody's going to score. And that's exactly what we saw. And the Wild were still there. They got a goal from Koivu to tie it, and you thought, hey, there's some hope here. And 30 seconds later, there's the go-ahead goal from Zadorov, and it was all over from there. And I noted on Twitter tonight that the Wild have been really good about not letting the Avs get into their heads here in the last couple of years during games when the Avs get a little chippy, and that was not the case tonight. Not one bit. The Wild clearly had let it get to them. The Avs had crawled under their skin, and it showed badly. And that Foligno penalty at the end was probably Exhibit A of said getting in their head. So, other thoughts from tonight's blowout. Devin Dubnyk was not good. Plain and simple, he needed to stop 2 out of the first 3 goals. I'll give him a small pass on the Zadorov shot because that was a laser. But the first goal was atrocious from the face-off dot. That has to be stopped. The goal from, I think it was Comfort's first goal actually. No, I'm sorry. That was McKinnon. 11 seconds into the third. McKinnon comes in and Dubnyk has the angle, but he just shoots it right through Dubnyk's pads. Unacceptable. And I'm sure Devin Dubnyk will get the start again on Friday against Vegas, and then Stalock will get the start Saturday against Arizona. But I'm really pushing for Stalock to get more starts here down the stretch, and I know that's not a pleasing thought for some of you out there, but I think a more rested Dubnyk going into the playoffs is a better Dubnyk. We haven't seen him go on an absolute tear this year, and I know I'm not going to get more Stalock starts here down the stretch because they're just going to keep shoveling Dubnyk out there for playoff position, but let's face it, the Wild aren't catching the Jets, and I could really care less what playoff spot they fall in. They could play the Jets, the Preds, or the Golden Knights. Take your pick. Pick your poison, folks. It's not a favorable matchup anyway. So I'd rather take my odds with a rested Dubnyk going into the playoffs and hope that he becomes a brick wall in that first round series. That's just my thought. Jared Spurgeon left the game. Went into the boards while doing the splits. Couldn't really skate off under his own power. That's not good at all. And you hope for the best there, but I'm no doctor, but he'll probably miss some time. That's just a crucial blow to the Wild's blue line. Matt Dumba will have to step up here again in Spurgeon's absence, and the trickle effect will kind of go down the roster, and hey, maybe there's some space for a right-handed D for Louis Belpedio, who could sign here in the next few days. Jason Zucker, he came back after getting hurt there in the first period, obviously favoring his hand, and not good to see him leave the game. And have that injury, and we'll kind of see how he does here down the stretch, but I'm guessing this is going to be something that lingers on for quite some time. Remember, Mikael Granlund had that hand injury at the end of last year, and he tried to play through it, and he just wasn't the same, especially in the playoffs, so can only hope for the best with that as well. That's kind of all I got for tonight. That's kind of a somber recap, but that is the recap. Like I said, Vegas on Friday. Should be a spirited game, and then the Coyotes on Saturday. So if you have not yet, check out Giles and the Goalie Podcast episode 141. Ben and I go over our concerns of the Wild's playing back-to-backs, Charlie Coyle, and then we do a favorite player tournament bracket, which we are doing right now on our podcast Twitter account at GatG Wild Podcast, so do give that a look. You can find the podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Zone Coverage. I'm going to have some articles coming out here on Zone Coverage here in the next few days, so do check that out. And we will chat with you before Friday's game. Later.